If you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit the like button and ensure you subscribe so you don't miss upcoming episodes of Learn Laravel the easy way. So far, we've been able to create database, we've been able to create migrations, we've been able to create tables using the migrations, we've been able to pull data from the database. Now, you'll be asking yourself, how do we insert data into the database using our ELOQUENT model? So we're going to do a brief review or recap of maybe of our route and controller. So we're going to create a route that will say student slash new. That student slash new will be able to give us okay, we already have student slash new, no, a student slash new that will be able to create us a new student. So we're going to say route get students new, right? Student controller class new. Okay, let's say create, right? And then we'll give it a name, student create, for example, student.create, right? Students.create. And we create a new method here, function, that was, the name was create. Oops. Okay, and this is just going to do an echo here. We are creating new record, just to be sure. Okay, great. We're creating a new record. So we've created a new route. I'm sure you noticed that when we did without this route, we had the data for a particular student show up. So it's because this is a variable and it used this new as a parameter to this variable. So you might want to be careful. You should define your static non-variable routes up, and then you can do the ones with the variables down, so that it's easy for Laravel to understand this. So let's come back to the main focus on this episode. It's about creating a new record. So for you to create a new record, or for you to add a new field onto, or new row to the database, you just need to say, okay, students is equal to new students, right? So you create an object. First thing is you create an object. So this object basically is a pointer to the students table. This object is a pointer to the students table, and you can access the various fields as methods. So you can access ID, you can access name, score, created and updated at. But then ID will be protected. You will not be able to change ID since it's auto increment. So if you want to give the name, for example, you say students, not student name, right? So new student name, for example, that's my random student's name. Students score is equal to, let's say, 24 students. So you don't need to, at this point now, you have been able to create an object and give it a name and a score property. By default, Laravel automatically sets the created at and updated at fields for you, so you don't need to. But if you explicitly want to set them, you can say students created at is equal to carbon now. So I'm using Carbon. Carbon is the library that you can use to handle datetime related stuff. So I've already imported it here, use Carbon. So that's why I can say Carbon now. And for updated at students, Carbon now. Now, this is not done. We need to tell tell Laravel that, okay, we are done putting the items on the table, right? So we are done putting the items on the object. Now write these operations to the database. Students, it means that you're saying students safe. So this is the key to running the query. So if you don't add this, it will not run, right? So if, for example, I comment this out and I go to my table or my database and I refresh this, it will say we are creating a student record. let's say or at the end of it, it says echo student record created successfully. I'll save this. We come here, we refresh. Student record created successfully, and we come and check on our PHP admin. I'll refresh here. We notice that nothing has been created. It has not been created because we have not called the save method. I intentionally want to show you this because there's a couple of cases where you might forget to call this save method and expect it to work, but then it will not work. So you must call the save method. So we uncomment this with save, right? Control S, Command S, and then we come here and say we refresh student record created successfully. We come here and refresh this page. We'll see that, oh, we have a new student name, right? So this is actually our new record that has been created. So if we come here again, we change this. Maybe, for example, we say more students, right? A score of, let's say, 45. Is a very intelligent student. And if we comment, we can comment out these lines. They created at and updated at. They will notice that it will still work because that is automatic with Laravel. And if we come and we refresh, and we come back to our database, and then we refresh our database, you see that we have now more students, 45, and we have a created at and updated at automatically populated for us, though we have it commented out. So this could be optional. This is actually optional. You could decide to use it or not to use it, but when you're using Laravel Eloquent model, it automatically does that for you. And the next point, we're going to look at how to use forms to pass data onto onto using forms to insert data into our database.